Hey math kids, today we're going to talk about problem solving with Venn diagrams, and we are in section 2H in your book and starting with example 9. Now this is one of those sections where you really need to have your book in front of you because I'm not going to write the whole problem out. I'm just going to write the important stuff since these are mainly story problems. So it says a squash club has 27 members. 19 of those have black hair. 14 have brown eyes. And 11 have both. Okay? It says place this information in a Venn diagram. So we create a Venn diagram. And we'll say this is black, this is brown. Okay, so this is like our universal set, number of members. So everything in here needs to add up to 27. So once again, if you watched the previous video, I'm going to start with the information and go backwards. So we have 11 in our intersection, the both. And we're going to go from there. Now, brown eyes has 14, but 11 are already represented, and so there's only 3 left over from that, so 3 goes right there. Once again, 11 plus 3 equals 14, and that's how I came up with that. Now, 19, this entire circle needs to represent 19, so that means 8 are left over because we've already used 11. Those add together and make 19, and so we feel good about that. Now, if we add all these together, 8 plus 11 plus 3, we'll see that we have 22. And we have a total of 27 members, so that means 5 are not represented out here. Okay? That's the first part. Now the second part says, hence, find the number of members with black hair or brown eyes. So black or brown. Okay. Now, or is really just saying union. The thinking behind it, so we're just trying to find the number. The thinking behind it is that if we're right here, we have black hair. If we're right here, we have brown eyes. If we're here, we have both, and either of those fit the criteria because we want either black hair, brown eyes, or both. And so the union tells us that. So we already added the union. That's what this is, 8 plus 11 plus 3, so that's 22. And so the answer to that one is 22. And since it's a story problem, you might want to write like a sentence to describe that, like 22 members have black hair or brown eyes, to answer the actual question. Okay, the next part, we want to know how many have black hair but not brown eyes. So black but not brown. Okay, if we write this in a shorthand notation, it's going to be black intersect the complement of brown. Okay, because that's basically complement is like not. So we say black, not brown, black, not brown, and we want to see what those have in common. Okay, and so if we look at the Venn diagram, black, not brown is just the Pac-Man portion again, if you've watched the other videos. And so it's just going to be that 8 that's right there. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next example. It says a platform diving squad of 25. So there's 25 divers, has 18 members who dive from 10 meters. It has 17 members who dive from 4 meters. how many dive from both? Okay, so to do this, we're going to set up a Venn diagram. And I'm making it longer. You'll see why. So I'm just going to call this 10, and I'm going to call this 4, or we'll call it T and F for short. So maybe I'll do that in yellow. So 10 and 4. Okay. Now there's some number that does both. We don't know what that is, so we'll just represent that with x. Now we know this entire circle needs to be 18, and like on the previous problem, the way we determined how much was in each, so right here we had 11, and it needed to add up to 19, so essentially we just said 19 minus 11 gave us 8. So what we're going to do here, we have x, and the total thing needs to be 18, and so it's just going to be 18 minus x. These are representing number of things, so we need to put them in parentheses. And similar thinking, we need to do 17 minus x. Okay? And we know that all divers are represented on that team. They do one or another, so that's why we have that out there. And we can mark our universal set as well. Okay. Now, we have all the stuff we need because we know the total is going to be 25 divers. And so we know that 25 needs to equal this plus this plus this, because we have the 0 right there. So we can just say 18 minus x plus 17 minus x. And if we want, we can tack that 0 on there as well. Then we do some simplification. So we can really drop all these parentheses and especially drop that 0. So I'm just going to say 18 minus x plus 17 minus x equals 25. Negative x, positive x, that will cancel. Add these together. We'll get 35, and then we still have this minus x right here. Then subtract 35. We get negative 10 equals negative x, which means x equals 10. And so we'd want to write 10 members dive from both heights. Okay. We have one more example. We might need some space for it, so I'm going